Hello, it is I, the Robozoid, your semi-likable and occasionally tolerable and very well-dressed curmudgeon of both the Rumble and YouTube airwaves. The YouTube handle, of course, is at Robozoid1976. Probably because I just turned 50. In any case, well, I wanted to talk about this, and I know it's kind of old news by now, but obviously you have the women's hockey team and also a whole bunch of other women's groups and, the lamestream media doing what they do, obviously, and that is, complaining, boo-hoo, whining and crying, and bitching over a little joke the president made when he invited the the men's U.S. Olympic hockey team to the White House, or actually he had a special phone call with them and invited them to the State of the Union address. Now, of course, he made this offhand remark where it's like, I better invite the women's team as well, otherwise I might get impeached. Well, of course, that was taken out of context because liberals do not understand the meaning of and the concept of context. Context! Because, let's face it, liberals do not have a sense of humor. They only have a sense of hatred. And of course, these women's groups and these focus groups and the lamestream media, they all jumped on it and just ran with that story without really giving it any thought. And of course, this kind of shit actually happened. I'm going to play the two clips back to back, and you can make your own judgments as well. So without further ado, what do you say we get right into them?
The White House, the next day we'll just have some fun. We have medals for you guys. And we have to, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that. I do believe I probably would be impeached, okay?
There's really only one way to solve this, and we're all thinking it. U.S. men's hockey team, if the women's hockey team is such a ha-ha-he-he joke, men versus women, I want to see the Olympic gold medal winning teams play each other, okay? Men versus women, head-to-head, two best teams in the world. Winner gets voting rights in the next election. I mean, there's a
Jeremy, there was some negative reaction to that and to the post-game video. Just what is your reaction to that?
Yeah, we should have reacted differently. We know that we are so excited for the women's team. We have so much respect for the women's team, and to share that gold medal with them is something that we're forever grateful for. And, now that we're home, we get to share that together forever and see the incredible support that we have from the USA and sharing this incredible gold medal.
But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
A little while later,
both the men's and women's hockey teams for winning the gold against Canada in the Winter Olympics, but members of the men's team are under fire following a call by President Trump. Here's Christina Vasquez.
Team USA Hockey, both the women and men earned a gold medal in overtime against Canada. The women's Olympic team on Thursday, the men's Sunday, but just one.
Congratulations.
Got a phone call from the president, who after inviting them to the State of the Union,
I can send a military plane or something.
made this quip.
I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that.
It was a laugh heard around the world.
It was
Social
just a
media
fucking
ignited,
joke.
Women expressing why they felt a sting in the team's decision to chuckle rather than push back.
Laughed about the joke about inviting the women.
Can't you take a joke?
Program in U.S. hockey history.
To include hockey mom Sarah Wild.
I have faced those types of remarks all of my life, as have most women, and I'm raising a son to be better and not laugh at women.
ESPN reported that one of the
in other words, you're raising him to be a
some
cuck.
people like to make something out of nothing.
All that we are asking is for those men to go, you know what, you're right, and we're sorry, and we'll do better.
The Gold Award-winning U.S. women's hockey team
Keep dreaming, lady.
An invitation to the State of the Union, in part due to logistics.
We'll get the military to get you guys over. Boys are going to the State of the Union.
The president offered to fly the entire men's team out on his phone call with them. I don't know if that was offered to the women. What I do know is that we heard
stop
nothing about
complaining,
invitation
Blondie.
for the women until the men won gold, and I think that that's pretty telling about the respect level that people have at the highest
shut
level
her
of
up.
government and leadership for women's sports.
And sometimes on the show, whether you wade in, and again, I've said it a couple times, there's a video going very viral. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's the President Trump calling the hockey team after they win. And he's basically congratulating him. He's really going in hellebuck. He's like, unbelievable. You guys, he invites them to the State of the Union, which I believe they are coming to. And he's like, also, boys, just to let you know, I'm going to have to invite the women as well, or else I get impeached if I didn't. And they all laugh. And I've been doing
because it was a goddamn joke, okay?
Softer group of people than hockey Twitter. People are mad. They're going nuts. How could the hockey team laugh? Why are they talking to the president? That stuff. This should be a barometer of whether you're a psychopath.
You know, that one guy on that TikTok video was absolutely right, and he nailed it. I mean, these women's focus groups, I mean, they can't understand what context is all about. And apparently they're making a big stink, a big much ado about nothing, because they just don't have a sense of humor, okay? Get a fucking sense of humor! You know, stop it with the hatred all the time. That's what this is all about. Stop the hate, man. Just stop the hate. So I've already offered my own thoughts on the situation, where I think it was just taken out of context. It was a joke, okay? The president was making a joke, you know, ha ha ha, he. You know, can't you people laugh at anything anymore? So let's get into the women's hockey team here as I play this audio clip here, because I think it's very important, and you're going to notice that there are very few applause for this little press conference here. So without further ado, let's play the audio.
Beston with the Associated Press. Question for you, Hillary, but as everybody else wants to chime in. Obviously,
Hillary. It's always a woman named Hillary, isn't it?
Accomplishments you guys had over the Olympics, but you spoke about President Trump's comments about inviting you guys to the White House. Don't mean to detract from the celebration, but curious if you had any further comments, anything else you'd like to add about that?
No, I just thought the joke was distasteful. And unfortunate.
I thought the joke was distasteful.
The way women are represented, it's a great teaching point. To
Lesbian.
How women should be championed for their amazing feats. And now I have to sort of sit, and anybody has to sit in front of
Do I have to smell them?
you and explain someone else's behavior. It's not my responsibility.
Not many applause there.
But what is shifting the focus and shifting the narrative of this amazing accomplishment that we all did together. And granted, the men's and the women's team did it together, and that is super special. It's never been done in our program's history. It's something we're extremely proud about. But these women are amazing.
These women.
Whatever's going on shouldn't never outshine or minimize their work and our success on the world stage. This was the best American women's hockey team, the best American team we've ever put together on a world stage when the lights have been the brightest ever. And so I think everybody felt that, going through the tournament. And I want to celebrate. I want people to be remembered for that. I want the legacy of this team to be remembered. And so that's what I'm trying to, shift the narrative on and really focus on championing what we've done and what we've accomplished the last 2.5.
Shut up already, will ya? Who cares? You're gonna get invited to the White House eventually, so stop bitching, okay? Shut the fuck up. Stop complaining already. I mean, you're gonna get invited eventually, so what are you complaining about? Honestly. I mean, it gets even worse when you have the former Olympic soccer player, disgraced pink-haired dyko from hell, what's her name? Megan Rapinoe or Frappino or Crappino, whatever her name is. Well, she basically chimes in saying that she would never, even if she was invited to the White House, accept an invitation from President Trump. Yeah, the video clip is pretty stupid, just like her comments are. So let's take a look at that.
What I like to call a classic ripping defeat from the jaws of victory. The United States men's hockey team, in their utter moment of glory, childhood dreams come true.
Yeah, we know you hate men.
Once in a lifetime accomplishment.
Lesbian.
Sensational. Ruined it for themselves. Because they allowed themselves to be totally co-opted.
Co-opted, yep.
By a clown. And now you're a clown. You look like a clown. And I'm just like,
and you look like a little man.
You? more than to have that moment be taken by someone who, for no reason at all, just takes a huge swing and a jab at women who did the exact same thing that you did. I know what happens in those locker rooms.
Yeah, same.
People get brought in.
Oh, same.
Or
you have no say sometimes.
And all of a sudden,
it's happening.
You're shaking the hand of
whoever.
Someone that you've railed on because like they're, doing inequality against you, whatever, for them, just to put it bluntly. So for me, the choice point is like, I would have never, as a captain or a leader on my team, I think you can say the same. I think that would have been clear to our staffs and to the larger organization and like support staff. Those people would never be allowed in our locker rooms. So that just, I think for me, I left this whole interaction and this kerfuffle, if you will. Yes, like, why are you laughing at your friends? But also, like, why don't you respect you enough?
Yeah, she's a total man-hater. What would you expect from her? I mean, she's done this before, of course. Like she said in that little interview, she said if she had been invited to the White House, which she actually was back in 2019, well, during the after the soccer tournament in which her team won, not because of her, because she was playing really poorly anyway, but her team won anyway without her. And yeah, she refused to go to the White House even then to meet with President Trump. So that's why she's putting on this phony baloney, boo-hoo, whining and crying, this boo-hoo, whining and crying, crybaby act of, I hate all men and everything. I hate all men. If I was invited, I would never go. I don't like what Trump stands for. I mean, he's a clown, and now the whole men's hockey team are nothing but clowns. Yeah. Is that what you're telling us, Virginia Frappino? You fakeo. You know what? You're just another psycho-dyko who just is out to get all men because you're just jealous, okay? You and the women's hockey team are jealous because you didn't get invited to the White House. And even when you did, well, you just turned it down. Like I said, the women's hockey team that represented America will be invited eventually. But for God's sakes, take it as a joke. That's what it was. It was a fucking joke. That's all it was. It was, God, there was nothing malicious or mean-spirited or sexist about it. It was just a goddamn joke. Learn how to take things with a grain of salt. I mean, can't you even do that? No, of course they can't, because they're all feminazis, they're all a bunch of whiny whammons, and they're all a bunch of lamestream media lapdogs who never learn anything from their screw-ups, and don't learn anything about what context is all about. Of course they don't. They're too damn stupid. That's their problem. They're just stupid. Anyway, this has been the Robozoid, of course, reminding you that wokeness is weakness, and if you liked what you saw, well, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel here on both YouTube and Rumble, and of course, I will see you all in another video very, very soon, and, well, the opening that I used, that one part of the video that I used there, really was the opening for yesterday's Friday Funnies video, with the joke that Trump made. It was a joke. Jesus, get a damn sense of humor already, you liberals. Again, no sense of humor, only a sense of hatred.